Hey guys, how's it going? Lightwar13 here, and I'm back with another video. I'm sorry that I wasn't recording at all yesterday. Excuse me, last week, due to the winter show that happened last week. I will get into a little bit of detail in that in a future video, hopefully. I just want to make this more of a podcast video as I'm still trying to, well, not still trying. Um, I still need to finish up this is basically the second part. I gotta finish up what I did in the first part. As you can see, I'm back on the green screen again as I don't have any guests with me today. Maria couldn't come, neither could Romeo, so that means I'm gonna have to finish throughout from August to December solo. Um, I will be kind of speaking a little bit out of my ass because I'm very tired. I've been very stressed. I've had back pains, and I haven't drank anything all day today, so that's not a good mix. But um, I'll get into more details on another video. I'm gonna try and double record and double upload. It's not gonna be. It's probably gonna take a long time, but I gotta do this because I won't be here next week. Um, so I last left off on the month of August, as you can kind of tell from the previous podcast. My week was not. My week. My 2016 wasn't looking out so good at all. Um, I'm gonna get into now. I'm in August, so here's what happened in August. August was a normal month in a way. It was normal for about a good 2 weeks, and then things flew south in about the next day. Um, I don't want to get into too much depth into it because it's very personal what happened, which I don't really have the consent of to really talk about it, so I won't really get into detail. But on August, me, Isis, my friend, um, Ed and her ex went to the movies to go see Suicide Squad, and it went out to be a pretty good day, but the aftermath was not good at all because that's where something bad happened with ISIS, and I don't want to get into too much detail because that's where I'm gonna draw the line because I kind of don't like to get into some detail and things that were really personal in my opinion. Um, After that, things got really, complicated between everybody, um, in so many ways. And but besides that, summer school had just ended, and I was stopping by the school area for the rest of the week. And I was able to talk to ISIS for 2 times of the final week of the time I was going to be in co-op, which was pretty cool. Um, that I was able to talk to her. Uh, Sorry if I'm gonna mess around with my bracelet. I'm gonna show you guys what it is. I don't know if you guys can really see it, but it's a dragon with black wings. I have no idea if you can see it so well, but I hope I have it facing the camera good enough. Uh, I bought this for me and Isis. In a way, it's our breast, breast, our best friend bracelet. The story of that is that I did find a bracelet that said "Besties Forever," but it got sold, so this was the best second I could find. This one's in black. She has it in red, so Harley Quinn colors. So that's a pretty good mix for her. She was extremely excited when she got it. Um, but August was not a good month at all. I was able to hang out with ISIS on the very last days that I was gonna be at Club City until the school year begun again in September. So in a way, I wasn't gonna see her for about 3 weeks, or so I believe. Um, Now we're gonna. Well, I can't skip this. As you all know, I have mentioned a girl named Megan who was my long distance relationship girlfriend, or should I say my online relationship girlfriend. And we broke up on August 29th. And the reason why we broke up was because of constant arguing, and it was really not ending. It was arguments after arguments after arguments, and it was not stopping at all. It led to the point where we eventually broke up, but we broke up in a very disrespectful way, in my opinion. Um, what I think is that when a breakup happens, it should be the two people, not going off, not going and telling someone else to tell you off that we don't that this is it, and I'm gonna leave you. That's not, in my opinion, not the correct way to end a relationship. To go and get someone to tell them off and say she doesn't want to be with you, blah blah blah. I found it very disrespectful because I know I wouldn't do that, and I found it disrespectful that that had to happen. But we broke up, and August was a shit show. It only had a little bit of good in it, but it was a complete shithole. Um, so next we go into September, and September, I don't know if you guys could really tell, and I don't know if you could tell from any of my previous videos that I've done in the studio, but September, I dyed my hair red. I have no idea if you guys could really see it, but I dyed my hair red, literally on the Sunday of the week that the school year was starting. That was a little bit confusing, but you kind of get what I was saying. A lot of people were hyped about it. Isis was hyped about it, and she was really wondering how it was gonna turn out, and it turned out pretty good. Megan was wondering what it was gonna look like, and she liked it. It's very dark red. If it's in like light like sunlight or like very bright lights like in the studio, um, it's really, how do I say it? It's really more vibrant. Now, a little bit of a downside is that of course my hair has been split ending a bit, well, a lot actually, since I used a little bit of bleach. Not enough that my hair looks all white, but like dye with bleach infused dye basically, but it wasn't a lot of bleach. It was just a little bit, and plus it was kind of organic. So yeah, thank you L'Oreal, and it was pretty good. It came out pretty good, and I liked it. And so far, it's been 5 months or so, and it's still in my hair. So it's pretty long lasting, honestly. Especially since I wash my hair a lot, and I do a fair amount of damage to it. Because I like to put my body through its paces, and that's not a good idea since that's hurting my back. But September, not really much to say, honestly. But of course, I have mentioned that there are dark periods that happened throughout 2016, and we're gonna get into a period where it's not really a dark period, but it's more like a period of just awkwardness, if that makes any sense. September, honestly, not much happened. September was just September, but we're gonna get into October, and this is where things, changed gears, and it was when Isis knows this story, and well, it's still kind of going on today, but it's dying off a bit. How do I explain this? From the period of October all the way till literally now, as in current time, there's a bit of a love period going on. More of an emotional period that's going on, mostly by me. So it started off at around October, and I started to develop feelings for Isis, and what I did. Hold on, damn it, the bracelet again is going to be distracting me all throughout the podcast. I got a message. Hold on a second. Very busy. WCPW. Not now. I'll be watching you when I get home. I developed feelings for Isis, and the feelings started to develop more and more over the course of the month. I did want to talk to her about a relationship possibility, but that didn't really happen as there was a bit of a well, she didn't like me that way, and in a way also it was a lack of communication because she did say, let's see where it goes, and then it didn't happen at all. She ended up dating another guy the next month. She didn't date me, but she ended up dating someone else the very next month. This kind of developed a bit on October. It didn't develop a whole lot, which it actually really developed in December, which is where we're gonna get to later. But nothing much really happened in October. It does kind of suck that she really said that let's see where it goes, but it never really happened. But usually, the story behind that is that she was already seeing Ed at the time, and they were in talks already of a relationship. So and generally she chose him over me, but I could respect that decision as it's her decision. I can't do anything about it. So nothing much really happened in October. Then we go into November, but can't really leave this out honestly. Um, I ended up getting my costume, my Charmander costume, on October 15th, and it started this massive black period that spanned on for about an entire month. And this was where ISIS started to get really involved in my life and really started to help me out, which I will do a shout out for you, ISIS, at the end of the video. I've been giving you shout outs so much generally, and I've been getting questions that people are just wondering, can you please come onto the show? Um, well, from my friends. Um, During that time, Megan and I were friends, but what ended up happening directly after, which was unexpected, was that she ended up finding someone else, and she ended up dating them. It was a complete surprise, and it was a punch in the face because I've always told Megan to always tell me something before something's gonna happen, and then she decides not to, and I have to find out about it. Which I'm telling you guys right now. I will do a video about me personally. As you all, I'm gonna break character right now, but as you all know, the character that I play is a bit of a happy-go-lucky person, and the real me is a bit different, and I really don't break character much in my videos, no matter who I am, and of course I'm breaking character right now, even though it's more of a bit of a personal story. It's not really like Warrior who's talking about the hell happened this whole month or the whole of 2016, but generally I'm a kind of person that's kind of I like to be told things before it happens, and usually it does kind of irritate me if no one tells me, and then I end up finding out, which I honestly hate. I hate having to find out things that I keep asking questions about and all that stuff. Uh, Back to character. But it led to a big problem, which was she ended up not talking to me almost entirely for an entire month. She has her side of the story, but my side is that she did not talk to me. She almost never talked to me throughout that entire month. We would talk for like 1 or 2 minutes, or maybe five at most, and she just wouldn't message me back because she would message him all the time and would always be in a call with him and never had the time to talk to me. This obviously led to me being jealous, and this jealousy obviously overgrew and led to a big problem. It led to me getting to an emotional depression and a mental depression, as this was really hurting me emotionally that she didn't talk to me at all. She wouldn't be able to talk to me, and it was because she was always in a call with him, which makes no sense when you have an Android, because if anybody out there that has an Android, you should know that there's always a chat bubble. Any Android tablet or Android phone has this mechanic. iPhones don't have this, and it was pretty bullshit because she said that she didn't have time to talk to me, and it was bullshit because she always talked to him. She just put me on mute, or she would just not talk to me at all entirely. That was a weird follow-up. But this went on for the whole month, and then eventually we're going right into November. And November was a pretty dark month for me. A lot of things happened, extremely personal things, and things that I will talk about, and things that I will not talk about, which is extremely personal. So November started, and I was going through an emotional crisis. It was not good at all, and this was during the time that I had started doing, I started recording here. I started recording on this green screen that I never use, and I started recording on this Panasonic camera that costs like $500-600. I don't know the price, and I started recording here, and it was the first time that I ever got out my house and was able to record something. But at the same time, you know, it was gonna end up becoming a lot of work. But because I started to have a lot on my plate, it started to stress me out completely. From trying to keep a tight schedule, which I'm lucky that I have because I can record and upload at least every Wednesday, or at least record, at least, well, upload at least Thursday or Friday. But Megan and I were just like, we were just like unbelievably like not talking at all, and it was emotionally hurting me, and this led to a dark period where I was completely depressed, and I was on suicide road basically. Um, of course, it became public in the middle of my third period class, and of course it concerned my teacher, my third period teacher, and it also concerned ISIS, which this is when she got more involved with my emotional issues and my mental issues, um, which is how we are now. We both help each other, but I'll get to that later because I want to try to keep a steady pace. I had to get sent to the social worker that day, and Isis was feeling really bad for me, and she was really helping me out a lot. She did say that, and this is me being honest, she did say that it was becoming kind of pointless to fight for something that is not there for you. Um, I just don't get myself because I tend to fight for things that is pointless, but I would fight for anything, honestly. I'm just a person who loves to, go to war and just, accept the consequences. Um, this went on for an entire month, and I was constantly depressed. I was really out of it. I tried to just, like, get my mind off of things. She blocked me the next day, which this all happened on a Thursday, I believe, or a Wednesday. I can't really remember the day, but then she blocked me on a Thursday or a Friday. I don't remember which day it was, but it was one of those days. She blocked me on Facebook, which kind of made no sense to because the reason why is because she doesn't like it when we argue, but at the same time, what I kind of find unfair is that I can't really speak my mind with Megan, honestly. As much as I like to, stay away from arguments, when I try to speak my mind, it just seems like it really affects people and they can't really accept the fact that, I'm a very open-minded person and I don't like to keep things to myself. I like to keep it out there or say it out there. Um, then I ended up going into a pretty bad depression for a whole week. The next week, actually, after that whole thing, Ed and I just started dating, which kudos to you two. Um, I hope you guys get far. And I was just like, I hope you guys get far. Sorry, I heard a click. And I, kind of wish the both of them for the best of luck. Turbulence did end up happening, of course, afterwards in the relationship. Um, but nothing really much happened on November. Thanksgiving, it was good. Not really much to say about November much, just like it was a really dark period of my time. Um, just arguments back and forth, things. Also, feelings, of course, were starting to develop a little bit more in November, but they weren't as great as they were when December happened. Which, speaking of December, December was a complete cleanup month. It felt like things were being fixed, and I was kind of glad that that was happening because November and October were really horrible months, and especially April. April, God, if you want to know what happened in my previous months between July and January, you could go check out the first part of the podcast on my channel, and yeah, you can go check out my the first part of the podcast that I recorded about 2 weeks ago. But December was more of a cleanup month. Isis was really getting more involved with my emotions, and she was becoming more there for me, and I was becoming more and more there for her. Speaking of which, I kind of left this out by accident. November, she and I went to the social worker, and this is a story that happened in November. This was about, I'd say about, I think the very next week, honestly, the very next week, um, after I went to the social worker the first time. Um, her and her dad had a bit of a conflict that led to, you know, I don't know if this is really too much personal to talk about, but they both had a conflict, and it involved money, and this led to me being a generous person. What I ended up doing was, because she wasn't getting much money because she gets allowance, but she doesn't get much allowance. She didn't get much after whatever conflict happened. With well, after the conflict happened, which I don't want to bring up. It's a little too personal, and I kind of want to try to keep a cap on certain things that I know should not really be talked about. But when that happened, I eventually started to buy breakfast for her, and I did this on a daily basis. I did it from when the day happened, or maybe the day after, or the day after that one. Um, on a Wednesday, probably. That's when I started it. I started to buy her breakfast. I started to buy her bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. I started to make her Kool-Aid every day, and I did this on a daily basis for 2 months, and I was completely fine with it. She was completely fine with it, and you know, I was being a really nice person. I was being generous, and I wanted to help her out in any way I could. And I helped her out with with that. She doesn't get much breakfast, and I'm the kind of person that doesn't get much breakfast either. But I was willing to sacrifice my breakfast for someone in need, and I helped her out from that November all the way up to, I guess, the end of December. I did bring her back one time on the 6th, which that was about it. Um, but back into December, she really helped me out a lot, and it was really, really felt refreshing that she helped me out, because I really felt like I was smelling a breath of fresh air throughout that entire month, because I was going through so much problems, like so many problems, and I was glad that she was there for me when I really needed her, and that went on for the entire month, and she really helped me out through that entire month. Christmas time comes around, and it was pretty good. Christmas time was really, really good. On the 23rd, which was the day before the eve of Christmas, she bought me a Slayer shirt. This is not the shirt, of course. It doesn't say Slayer on it, but she bought me a Slayer shirt for Christmas, and it was the first ever band shirt that I ever owned. Isis, I love the gift, and thank you so much if you're watching this video. It's a really fucking awesome shirt, and it's pretty cool. And of course, I was getting her a gift, and I never really told her. Well, she asked for it, so it was not really much a gift. She was expecting it, but I gave her extra. She wanted The Last Guardian, which was a PS4 game that was extremely hyped, and she wanted it really badly. So I saved up the money to get her the game, and I did exactly that. I got her the game, and I threw in some extra things. I had Christmas dinner, so I gave her some of my Christmas dinner, which was rice and pork shoulder. Pretty standard dinner for Hispanics and Puerto Ricans of all, just Hispanics in all countries alike. Pretty standard dinner. Probably different for some other people, but for me it was rice with pork shoulder. On top of that, I gave her coquito, which is if some of you don't know, it's like a Puerto Rican eggnog, and it has rum in it, but for me, there was no rum, which, funny thing, her mom was like, he didn't put no alcohol in it, and I was just like, just be happy you got something. I didn't expect her mom to, say that, but, it's kind of funny that she said that, because I was just like, my mom was like, she's not going to put rum in it, and then her mom was just like, why didn't he put anything in it? Oh, man, it's so funny. But, I also gave her Kool-Aid and a brownie and a those were her gifts. But the one last gift that I gave her was a thank you letter for 2016, which that's what I'll bring up later on. That's what I'm going to bring up at the end of the video. If hopefully I have enough time to record a second one, I kind of hope I do. So I gave her a thank you letter for 2016 for everything that she's done for me, for everything that she's helped me through, and she liked the gifts, and I liked mine, and yeah, but that wasn't the only gift she got. She got two more after that. On Friday, literally the same week, so it was Friday the last time I was able to see her for a few days. So her gift that she got on Friday was drum set, a drum set. Well, an electric drum set. If you don't know the tabletop drum sets, those are the ones that I gave her, because she doesn't have the space to have a legitimate drum set or an electrical drum set, as in the ones that have a bunch of plugs and stuff. So I kind of found the easy way out and decided to buy her that, and she's really pleased with the gift. And excuse me. And Isis, for the love of God, practice. I know that you don't have much free time, and the summertime is your free time, but at least spend 30 minutes on it. But yeah, I got her that for Christmas, and she was really happy with it, and she was really pleased with the gift that I gave her, and that was her second gift. The very next, no, not the very next day. The same night, it was confession night. It's a little bit of a trend that a little bit of a chainmail thing that confess, whatever, blah blah blah, your feelings, or say something nice to a person by this time tonight. And I did exactly that. I expressed my feelings for Isis, and she expressed hers. And I don't really know the rest of it because it's a bit of a blur because of so many headaches and so many things going on. But we did express our emotions and our feelings for that night, and then that was it. And the New Year's happened. She got drunk. Isis, you need to lay off the booze because you're drinking a little too much, buddy. She drank a lot, honestly. She was so drunk she couldn't really text well. But then again, a lot of people like to get drunk on New Year's, and of course I'm a person that doesn't drink or smoke or do drugs. I don't really have any intentions to do so anytime soon, especially at my age since I'm so freaking young, but I don't really have any plans to do it when I'm 21 as like a one-night stand, so I'm not really, I don't really know. But that was pretty much 2016 in a nutshell. But 2017, it's only fair if I talk about January. This month, it's not going out good at all. And I'll explain why. January right now isn't really a good month because I am going through a very crippling emotional and mental depression that is really badly affecting me right now. And this is me kind of getting out of character, but I'm going through this emotional depression right now, and it's very, very painful, honestly. And the mental depression is getting worse and worse to a point where my attitude is changing, and it's not for the good, it's for the worst. And I'm trying to get rid of it. So New Year's Day happened, and nothing really bad happened, but the next day was what became the problem, was that I got into a conflict with Megan again. She blocked me off on Facebook again, because, well, me again speaking my mind, and of course she doesn't like it, and she blocked me, and then I had chain mail from a friend who blocked me because of something that was going on in Texas about girls getting kidnapped and raped and all that. And I asked if it was chain, and she decided to block me because that makes sense when I'm trying to ask a simple question about a message that you sent me and I don't know if it's real or not. And she blocked me, and I was just like, well, whatever. That wasn't the case, and that's not where the month ends at all. The next day on the third, I went through a very, very depressive state. I never really told us, and I know Isis is watching, and I kind of hope that she is. I don't know if she is, but if she isn't, then I've been, and Isis, if you're seeing this, I've been acting recently out of jealousy from my emotions, and this has been going on since about the 3rd of January, and I've been trying to calm myself down for the last about 14 days or so. It's been going on for a while, and I've been acting out of jealousy, yes, out towards Isis and Ed, but I've been able to keep my cool, and I've been able to, keep a distance, and I've been able to keep the friendship that me and Isis have, um, and I know it's kind of wrong to act out of jealousy and hide it for so long, but it's so difficult to say why, to find out why I was acting the way how I was for the last 2 weeks or so, and now I find out that it was just all out of jealousy, um, which it is kind of painful to realize that all this time that I've been really jealous of what's been going on, and I'm not the really kind of a person who really gets jealous easily, but I don't know how to really get into so much depth into it, but it's just like when you have strong feelings for someone, you kind of hope that they have the same feelings for you back, but when you find out that they don't, it really hurts, and those things will happen, and it does suck, but sometimes things will change over time, but I don't know what will change, and I don't know if it will change, but I don't really have my hopes up for anything in general for the future, as I never really had high hopes to begin with, because I've never really been a hopeful person for certain things, and what's been going on for like the last 2 weeks hasn't been really much help at all. I had an emotional moment on the third with Isis, um, confessing my love for her, and this kind of went on for about 2 weeks, um, which is basically currently um, the most recent occurrence that it really affected, really caused a problem was this past Thursday when I did the winter show, but kind of jumping off the course real quick, but also on a week ago, Sunday, I got in a fight with a brother that I was getting nervous because I was in pain from my back to my chest. I started having heart pains, and I was really wondering if I could go to the hospital, and of course I didn't have to because I just had to rest and go to sleep for about 4 hours, and then I woke up fine as if nothing happened. Um, but even after that, I can't really dodge the fact that what's been going on for like the last 2 weeks about the way how I've been acting was just out of jealousy, because I kind of didn't expect myself to be the jealous kind of person, but kind of, you never really know your emotions until like it really does slap you in the face and you end up finding out what it is. I mean, I even told Isis on Thursday that I need to fix myself and I need to figure out what's going on. And I kind of found out that it's jealousy. And that's why I've been acting the way how I have been for the past 2 weeks. It's because of jealousy. And jealousy is not a good thing. It really can cripple you on the inside, both emotionally and mentally, and in some cases physically. Um, but for me, it was all out of physicality. I mean, emotionalness. and mentalness, because it was really affecting my attitude, and it was really affecting the way how I am. And I started to change into someone that I'm really not because of this jealousy, and I kind of don't want that to happen, because when I'm jealous and I'm constantly jealous and I'm constantly like depressed emotionally and mentally, it really brings out another side of me that ends up taking over, and then next I end up losing a lot of people because of it, and I start getting into lots of trouble. And recently I have been getting into too much trouble where I'm on thin ice with a lot of people, even ISIS, and it's scaring me. Especially to be on thin ice with the person who's saved you from suicide and from depression so many times, and it's just like so scary, because you don't want to lose that person that is so close to your heart, who has fixed your heart and has fixed your mentality. And losing them would just end up breaking you, because they're like the glue that holds you together, and without them you become nothing. And I kind of don't want that to happen, and to find out that really the reason why I've been acting like this is out of jealousy, I kind of feel so disappointed in my own self. I feel like I don't feel like me anymore now that I find out that it was just jealousy that was taking over. Like, I feel like so disgusted that all this time I was jealous, and no matter what, it wasn't gonna help. No matter what I did, I can't really fight for something that I know I'm not gonna win. I'm fighting a battle that I know I won't win, and I will never win it. And not only that, I will never get a reward for it. Um, which is the kind of level of jealousy that I had, where I kept on fighting for something that I know I wasn't gonna win, and fighting for a prize that was never gonna be won by me. It was gonna be won by other people. And I had to face that fact that if I can't accept it, then I won't be able to move on. And if I don't move on, or if I don't at least let it sit and don't bother it, then I'll be able to get through my life, and I'll be able to reassess myself and like fix my own self. But I haven't been able to do that since there's so much going on that I haven't been able to just been able to fix myself. And just recently I've been going in and out of the social worker. I've been getting into a lot of conflicts, and it's been affecting me in a really bad way, to the point where I don't want to be on thin ice with ISIS. I just want to be, I don't want to cause any more problems. Like, I already caused enough problems than there already is. And it's just like, I feel like I caused all these issues, and I'm the cause of all these problems. And to know that you're becoming the cause, and you're the one being fixed, it's like the worst feeling to find out that you've become the cause of the problems, and yet you're the one asking for help. And it's not a good feeling when you find out about that, when you find out that you're becoming the problem. I had to realize that yesterday, that I was becoming the problem. I was becoming the reason why there's so much going on, and I've become the reason why I changed. And I don't want to change anymore. I just want to be the same person that everybody has cared about. And I don't want to become this person that took over my body, and that this person that was there in middle school, I don't want to become that person no more. is going to take some time to accept it. It's going to take some time to know that, no matter what I try, I'm not going to win. And I got to learn that you can't win everything. You need to learn how to lose. But you can't teach yourself how to lose. If that makes any sense, but you can't really win anything. You can't win everything because you need to learn how to lose. Because if you don't know how to lose, once you lose, it's gonna hurt way more than it does for everybody else. And I had to learn that yesterday and accept it. It's a big pill to swallow, but if I don't swallow it, I'm gonna end up losing the closest thing to my heart. My best friend. I don't want to lose her. How can you lose someone that's so close to you and help you out with so much? If you lose that person, you probably won't even make it in life anymore. So that's really all I have to say about the month of January, to be honest. It's not really going out well. This whole month hasn't been going out really good, and I kind of hope that everything gets better over time. Again, like I said, I was going to do this. I want to give a shout out to ISIS. ISIS, you've helped me out through so much in 2016. You've helped me through depression. You've helped me through suicide. You've helped me with a lot of things. And, I'm kind of glad, not kind of, because why would I be kind of? I'm really glad that you were there for me whenever I was calling for help and no one wanted to come for help. You were the only one who really helped me, and I'm glad that you were in my life because, and I've said it so many times, and I've said it to you last night, that if you weren't in my life, then I would have been dead right now. And I've said it so many times, but it's true. And yeah, I don't really have much to say other than to say then I'm going to say this live on camera, and now that you hear from my words that I'm never going to leave you, and I'm always going to be by your side. I know that people are leaving, but I am one of those people that will never leave, and I'm going to be one of those people that is going to stay until the end, until I die, and that's a promise that I'm going to keep. This bracelet, this dragon that we have, that's going to show that we're going to be for each other. We're going to be there for each other no matter what, no matter how bad things go, no matter how bad things get, we'll still be there for each other, and we'll be there until we die. And I'm making that promise, and that's a promise I'm going to keep, and that's a promise that I'm never going to break. Thank you guys so much for watching this second part of the podcast. I know it was more depressing than the other part, but 2016 wasn't really a good year, as you could tell. The overview is the final results. 2016 was not a good year, and 2017 is already starting off really badly. But if you guys want to, you guys could do something similar to this and say how good your months were, and you can say it in the comments section below. And thank you guys for watching, and if you like, you guys could share this video to all your friends and tell them to share and keep the share chain going. I'm pretty sure a lot of people on my Facebook know that I say that a lot, but it's the only way that really helps my channel, since only a few people really do share my channel and share the videos that I make to really grow my channel out. But please share this video with all your friends and tell them to subscribe and keep the share chain going and keep it going to help my channel out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if I kind of hope that I could get a double upload today, but if not, then I will see you guys in 2 weeks on the 1st of February. Take it easy, guys.